Hi, I'm Dr. Benford, and I want to talk to you about physical geology, which is Geology 1403. It's one of our science classes that we offer in the geology department at University Park. It's a 96 contact hour course with 4 credits because it has a lab component. So you can see our instructors here on the screen, and I just want to talk to you about what the class is actually about. So we in geology, one of the great things about this class is we don't expect you to have taken it ever before. We don't think you came in with some knowledge from high school. We are starting from the basics. So how do the geologists actually collect data? What kind of data do they collect? And what do they do with that data? So we start just at that level. We then branch into, okay, let's talk about what's going on in the earth. And we talk about plate tectonics. So why are there mountains in certain places? Why are there volcanoes? Why are there earthquakes? Why are other places really flat? And so we move into that to get this understanding of the bigger earth. And then we look at what are the materials that make up earth? So what's actually in our earth? And we talk about the minerals, and we understand, what's underneath our feet and what's underneath the ocean floor. And so we've developed this understanding, and then we take those minerals and we build them into igneous rocks. And we look at, okay, well, why do igneous rocks look the way they do? What's in those and how do they form? And then we erupt them in volcanoes. And so we talk about different types of volcanoes, why they occur, where they occur, what are the hazards with these volcanoes? So we have a really fun time with that. And then we move on to sedimentary rocks. So looking at this beach here, why is there sand on the beach? What happens to that sand? What does it become? And then, so we talk about different ways that you can form these rocks. And then we move on to metamorphism, which is where you squish and put temperature and pressures on things and make cool new rocks and minerals. And so why does that happen? Where does it happen? And then my favorite part, we get into deformation, which is where you kind of break rocks or squish them. And it's all telling us about things that are going on in Earth. And so that's where we move to. And from that, we go into earthquakes. So why are there earthquakes in certain places? Why do some earthquakes cause tsunamis and others don't? Is California going off into the ocean? It's not, but we'll figure out why there's a big fault in California and what's going on there. And we'll talk about geologic time. So how do we know that the Earth is 4.5 billion years old? How do we figure out the ages of rocks? What does that mean? And then we talk about streams and flooding, which is something that happens in our backyard. So why do certain areas flood? Why do others not? What's going on in our streams? How do streams move with time? And so in taking this class, I promise you it's a class that'll stick with you. After you leave, you'll always be thinking these things. You can't go anywhere without thinking about, oh, could there be flooding here? Am I traveling on vacation to a place that has a potential earthquake? You'll never be able to turn it off, and you will just love it. So I hope you'll sign up.